The world will never rise to its full moral or political or even social maturity until racism is totally eradicated.
Hi, my name's Sylvie and I'm in Year 12.
Hi, I'm Ivani and I'm in Year 12.
Hi, I'm Ollie and I'm in Year 12.
I'm Tommy and I'm in Year 12.
Hi, I'm Verity and I'm also in Year 12.
Sylvie, do you have a black or ethnically diverse person you look up to?
I do, and it's Beyonce, because she's just so unapologetically herself and I really like her music, and she's a bad bleep most of the time. So, yeah, I just love her.
One of them would be Marcus Rashford. He recently became an MBE, which is a member of the Order of the British Empire, and he's only 22. He campaigned for the government to allow 1.3 million children to claim free school meal vouchers during the summer of the pandemic. And he wrote in his recent Instagram post, "As a young black man, never did I think I would be accepting this."
My idol is Solomon Norfolk. He was held as a slave for 12 years after being drugged and kidnapped and was eventually able to regain his freedom and go home to his family. He formed a great sense of hope for many during that time.
Well, my idol would be Megan Thee Stallion. She is a great rapper. She produces a lot of bangers, I'm gonna be real with you. But she's also I'm just inspired by her confidence because she just takes everything that black people and black women especially have been shamed for and degraded for in the past, and she kind of throws it back in society's face. And she flaunts her femininity and her African American upbringing and tells the world, I'm not ashamed of who I am. And I think that's just really inspiring.
My favourite idol is the late Chadwick Boseman. This is because he's a great man and he's very kind. I also heard the story about him giving his wages to a female co-star who was not earning the same amount as him. I think that's very noble of him and very kind. So that's why he's my favourite idol.
What are you going to be talking to us about, Sylvie?
Today I'm going to be speaking about white privilege and how it affects all of us in society.
What is the definition of white privilege?
So the definition of white privilege is inherent advantages possessed by a white person on the basis of their race in a society characterized by racial inequality and injustice. So on social media platforms such as TikTok, there's a hashtag going around called #CheckYourPrivilege. And today I'm just going to be reading out a few statements so some people can check their privilege and realise how it affects them, say more than others. I can, if I wish, arrange to be in the company of people of my race most of the time, purchasing housing in an area which I can afford and in which I would want to live. I can be pretty sure that my neighbours in such a location will be neutral or pleasant to me. I can go shopping alone most of the time, pretty well assured that I will not be followed or harassed. I can be sure that my children will be given curriculum materials to testify the existence of their race. Whether I use cheques, credit cards or cash, I can count on my skin colour not to work against the appearance of my financial reliability. So Ivani, what are you going to be speaking to us about today?
I'm going to be talking about the death of George Floyd and the events that took place on that day. So we all know that George Floyd died after being arrested by police outside a shop in Minnesota, where footage emerged that an officer was kneeling on his neck while he was pinned to the floor. The reason all these events actually happened was because a store employee reported that they believed George had used a fake $20 note and that he seemed not in control of himself and drunk. The officer was on him for a total of 7 minutes and 46 seconds, and throughout, Floyd said more than 20 times that he couldn't breathe. He also said, "Tell my kids I love them, I'm dead." Since then, Chauvin, the one with the knee on his neck, has been charged with first-degree murder and is being held in custody. The two other officers have both been charged with aiding second-degree murder and manslaughter, but are still free on bail. This has led to the ongoing concern that he hasn't actually been served real justice.
I'm going to be speaking to you about how you can educate yourself regarding Black history and a number of resources that you can use online to help broaden your understanding. A really good book that we can use to demonstrate ourselves as Mules and Men is by Zora Hurston, and it documents the way of living and beauty of many Black communities during the early 1900s. A film that we can use is 12 Years a Slave. Although a horrific story, it encouraged many to remember and to continue to fight for their freedom.
What are you going to be speaking to us about today, Tony?
I kind of want to speak about the importance of Black History Month as a whole and how Black history shouldn't just be confined to 1 month. So I think this past year, a spotlight has definitely been cast on all the injustice and hardships that Black and ethnically diverse people face on a daily basis. So I think now more than ever, Black History Month is a really important occasion because it serves to kind of highlight Black culture and Black excellence, and for us to celebrate that history that's so often ignored. It kind of acts as a tool to help educate people and challenge bigotry, but it also, more importantly, it's an opportunity to focus on these issues so we can strive to fix them and we can strive for a better future, almost.